First, we got my buddy Tim saying, for me, Deadpool and Wolverine was the best movie I saw in 2024,
There you
followed
go,
closely
man.
by Twisters. Okay, Collected with Dur said, Red one, I don't care. It was fun. My wife enjoyed it. I haven't watched
I've
it.
heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people that said it was a good or fun. I mean, that's another one that I think the reviews are just
What,
one-sided kind of thing.
what little bit that I did see of it, I enjoyed it. So I'm going to look forward to watching that. Tim's girlfriend said she liked Twisters too, even though she was doubtful. And Beetlejuice too, she enjoyed that. And then she's got a question. She said, what do you guys think about the trend of remaking old shows and movies instead of finding fresh material? We could do a whole show about this.
Man, it's
Yeah, I
horrible,
know.
dude. That's
Yeah,
all we get.
yeah,
Is
and I
just
think,
reboot after reboot. We can't
and I
get.
think that's going to be the general census. Is what Scotty's talking about. Is that you're not going to find too many people that are either excited or fans of that because most people are fans of the source or the original, even if it's a terrible thing. If they're a fan,
Why can't we
that's what a
just get
fan.
some original, like an attempt to do an original story? Why?
We're
So
getting
I,
that, but it's far and few in between.
I think of it from a lady's point of view too, man. Like if they made a Pretty Woman 2, my
Yeah.
wife would be the first one at the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure, dude.
And then, hold on, y'all. We got to stop for a second and say good evening to Trev, the shipping guru. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Trey?
What's up, Trev?
I'm kind of pushing more for the special editions of things. Like I am actually for remakes and remake, those things if they have passion, the story, the script, all that stuff lines up and stuff. So I can get behind that. What I'm actually more like voicing is like actually special editions of like stuff that just didn't grade, just didn't age so well over the years. And I'm not talking about like changing anything or maybe just a polish and touch up as far as maybe cinema talk. I mean, we have movies and stuff that have been upgraded to like 4K, stuff like that. Little, that kind of touch up. I'm not talking about changing any of the other stuff, but no, like, I mean, they replay Friends on like nonstop. I'm pretty sure like on cable, like you can go turn it on and it's on like maybe 3 or 4 channels, and it's still like the SD version that it was recorded in, like back in like the early 2000s. Like stuff like that. I would like to see some HD or just digital redefinitions kind of thing.
So, Scotty, let's hear from you, man. Movies, TV.
Oh, I'm not the one to talk to about that, dude.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a TV show I watched that wasn't MCU related last year, and I can't. Dateline. Honestly, I go to bed listening to Dateline. But no, man, I don't watch.
I like
TV.
that Dateline.
Yeah, I go to sleep every night listening to Dateline, if that counts.
What about you, Rich?
The only thing like non-MCU related that I watched, and I didn't know I'm so far behind on it, was that show 100. It's like a Netflix show. They're on like their 7th season, and I just found out about it. So I watched probably like the whole first season almost, where it's like they send 100 like teenage kids down from a satellite that's been hovering over Earth for so long, and want to see if it's
And it's
habitable.
supposed to like repopulate.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty cool. It was pretty
terraforming.
cool. I got sucked into it for a bit.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
Well, I was going to say I knew about Yellowstone forever, but I just now started watching it. So I mean,
I've watched a little bit of Yellowstone. It's interesting.
Same.
I think what really made me start watching it was finding out, and like I said, I'm still learning the characters' names, but they're the guy that plays one of Kevin Costner's sons, the one that's wanting to be a politician or a lawyer or whatever. His real name is Wes Bentley. So I started watching it when I found out that he was born and raised in Jonesboro, Arkansas. So I'm trying to watch it to support. He was the guy that played Blackheart in Ghost Rider. I was like, whoa,
Oh, that's cool.
that dude's
Oh,
from
yeah.
Jonesboro. I was like, holy crap.
That's
You
awesome.
And
I know who you're talking about now.
True Crime Channel.
True
Rock.
Crime.
Well, I watched that.
That's good stuff.
I know a lot of ladies like the true crime.
Well, yeah, that seems to be a thing.
Hey, my
Yeah,
my daughters are hung up on serial killer documentaries. So I mean,
They're
Yeah,
interesting.
that kind of like that whole, I mean, the murder mystery, the detective style, true crime stuff. I couldn't tell you why it's a big thing, but a lot of the women I've met over the years or know now, like that's kind of one of the things they're into is,
Yeah. There's even like makeup tutorials where like the women will teach how to do makeup as they're telling about this like Dateline type story. It's crazy, but that's a thing.
I
All
could
right.
actually get behind it. I didn't know that was a thing. Them doing makeup things and telling a story at the same time. I
It's crazy.
kind of like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
So before we get into showing some stuff off, because I already know a few things that Mike has read. What has everybody read? It don't have to be comics. It could be books. Scotty, let's start with you. What have you read that you've enjoyed in 2024?
Oh man, there's been so many good books in 2024.
Roll out the list.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the Energon universe. I think everybody has the Transformers. Void Rivals has been my favorite. Yeah, Void Rivals is awesome.
I like Void Rivals more. Yeah.
Cobra Commander was good. I enjoyed Destro. Ghost Machine has been hitting on all cylinders. I've enjoyed Geiger thoroughly. It's been fantastic. Redcoat's been good. All the stuff from Ghost Machine's been really good this year. DC's came out with some good stuff. I'm really enjoying Absolute Wonder Woman, which is surprising. I normally don't get into Wonder Woman too much, so this is like my first series that I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, it's been good. But there's been a lot of really Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, fantastic. A lot of good indie stuff. Toxic Avenger came back this year. Even though it's like a very small imprint, Ahoy Comics, but the artist doing it is doing a fantastic job. Yeah, Matt's doing a great job.
And the fact that it's coming back, I mean, that's a big thing. I mean,
yes, dude, absolutely. I'm just glad to see it back in comics. And I don't know, man, if there's been so many good things. Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men has been kind of a slow burn, but it's getting really good. The Ultimate
taking all by me.
A lot of good Batman titles. Let's see. Yeah, man, this is just I'm enjoying what Steve Orlando's doing with the 2099 universe, expanding on it. That's been kind of cool. Not a lot of people talking about that, but he's doing a good job. And let's see. Yeah, I better pass. I could talk. There's been a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff.
That's good though.
All right, Mike. What about you?
He mentioned a lot, but I'll say one big one that stands out for me was the Ultimate Universe overall, because I'm reading all of it: the Black Panther, X-Men, Spider-Man, the main series. So I was still on board. I didn't jump onto all that until this year, but like I went back and read all the stuff they were dropping that led into all this stuff, because like a lot of people don't know this, but they're sold individually, but it is telling an overall like singular story, and it's all building up to the maker coming back. I love like the fact that you can read Ultimate Spider-Man by itself, you can read Ultimate X-Men by itself, you can read them connected, but finding out that each individual, they do have like a bigger story in the background that is building, and the way they're doing it, no, it's phenomenal. I mean, mostly Hickman, but it kind of makes sense, but no, especially for Spider-Man, it's good to see, because I've been a Spider-Man fan my whole life and like cut him off because of his recent comic adventure. Well, I mean, not just comic, but I've just not been a Spider-Man fan over the last like 5 years, and things big, a big part of it is the comics, but not solely. Okay, but I can say it's good to have like some finally a good shine on Spider-Man. Where some Spider-Man fans are actually like, yeah, we got a good title. It's nice. So I did. I mean, I'm not gonna say Ghost Machine is like 100% perfect. I believe there's it's still a work in progress, but I will get on board that everything honestly has been pretty fire. It's all been pretty like above good level, if not better than good. Like because I really first off, I've loved Geiger all the way through, but I have like with each individual one, like Rook, what's the other one? Redcoat. I have small little petty like my personal issues with these books, but besides that, they're pretty phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think. We got EC back. The whole EC Comics world came back. We got Cruel Universe. I'm
glad you brought that up.
And they've actually surprisingly like because I honestly did not think they were going to be good. No, they've actually like it. And this is another one. It doesn't matter which like branch you go, they've all been like either decently good or way better than good kind of stuff, like which is enjoyable.
And there's been like a couple of other good horror anthologies too. We've been blessed with good
Yeah.
horror anthologies this year.
I'm telling you, horror's been on fire, like all over. I mean, because it doesn't stop there, folks. Horror has had a good run in games too. No, I'm playing. No, but serious, horror has had a good run.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I had another one in my mind before I passed
Hello
on to
Darkness.
Rich.
Hello Darkness has been really
I
good.
didn't read that. I didn't get a chance to read Beneath the Trees, even though I know how big that book was. I wanted to, and I'll probably grab it digitally.
Grab the trade. Just read the trade all at once. It's a quick read.
Yeah, because it's like 4 issues, right?
I think it's
For the
6
first
issues, but
Is it?
it's pretty quick read
Damn, I'm drawing a blank.
because I grabbed the
And you,
trade for it.
you said it too. I want to say for me, the absolute like universe has been on an okay level. Like, I'm not gonna say it's been like, oh my god, I have to run out and get that right now. Like, for me,
But
it's
it's
been
been
okay.
fun.
It hasn't been terrible. Yeah, I'm
It's
not
been
gonna say
fun.
it because it could have gone in it could have gone in the other direction. So I was a little nervous. No, but all of it's been okay. I want to say I was more a fan. I'm more a fan of like Wonder Woman and Batman. I wasn't so much a fan of Superman, but it's more of I think that
Same.
story needs to build up a lot more. Um,
Same.
but I mean, overall in comics, it's been nice because DC and more like, and I can say there was some good stuff in Marvel. It's one of those years where I mean, Daredevil was good. Like, I mean, leading up into this year, we had some great like stopping points and then jumping on points for new readers. Like as far as where we started with Daredevil and where they're going, like the whole X-Men stuff was kind of like the end of the Krakoa thing into this new thing. And
Yep.
there's been a lot of good points. I don't know. That's what I got.
Would you say, like, as far as cover art, do you think that 2024 was a better year than the previous year?
I
For
think
Marvel,
it
I think
varies.
it was.
I think it varies from like collector to collector and
year.
how. I think so. Yeah.
We had some like really good artists break out this year, but I think we were spoiled with Alex Ross stuff. Like we got so much Alex
I
Ross.
want. Yeah, we did. It's like overabundance, and not just him, but like Lee Romero. We've got a lot of him because he's been.
Yeah.
I mean, we got him on EC, we got him in DC, we got him in. I mean, so, and same thing with Frizen because we got her over at Boom. I mean, so we have had a mixture of like these artists kind of going to different. I lost my train of thought. I'm getting too old.
Man,
Oh, okay.
To another level this year. Frizen was on
All right,
fire.
one complaint, but maybe it's a positive, is it seems like there were less gimmicks this year, like as far as like comic
Holiday
book related
books and
cover
stuff.
gimmicks. Yeah, because like this year we didn't get any like postcard that actually like pulled off the book. We didn't get any like, and that can be seen as a positive. But I was kind of liking the throwing the stuff at the wall, like, hey, let's try this postcard thing. Let's try these stamps idea. Let's try these like trading card. Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of getting posters in comics and trading cards in comics. I thought it was a cool thing, with the poly bags. And I don't even need the poly bags back, but like, I thought it was a cool gimmick. So I mean, I'm a fan of that kind of stuff to sell your stuff. If that it's just part of the selling point. I don't want it to be the focus point kind of thing.
Dude, I have heard that they're bringing the scratch and sniff gimmick back on the. Have you guys heard about the Harley fart comic that's coming out supposedly?
Vaguely,
to have a
yes,
cover.
Man, I've gotten DMs on that damn book. Okay, first off, can we talk about that book for a second?
I don't know anything about it.
Because it's an uproar. I have DC fans. Like, okay, I don't even want to name names because I got like 15 people that messaged me and they were like, "Is this legit?" First off, that was the first thing, and they were like, the second thing was like, "If it is FDC, I can't believe like that." There's actually YouTube videos already. Okay, for some reason, okay, what I've overheard is they just feel like they're like DC's taking comedy like into a whole new raunchy, like not wanted direction. And I can get that, but like, I mean, we're not talking about like Superman. We're talking about Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn is already kind of known for like raunchy, like humor. I mean, that's all she is. Like, I mean, when you talk about her with like, I love Harley, and I will defend the crap out of her. I'll throw out some facts to like people that really don't know her because I love Harley, and she's not just this gimmickal horror, humor character,
Oh,
but
dude.
but
Her
I
roots
still
are
know what
based
she
in
is.
erotica,
She's a
man.
fourth wall. I mean, she's basically Deadpool, and you can't tell me that you can't imagine there being this fartastic Deadpool comic
Well,
kind of
dude,
thing. Like
he was created by Bruce Timm, man, and he did a lot of erotic works, and so her roots are based. I mean, she was
very erotic.
yeah. So I mean, like she's been used for adult things since she was created.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
not
Rich,
anything new.
Okay, so hold on, because I want to talk
Okay.
about the first. So I want to go back. I think if you look at the release date, I think the release date is set for March 31st on that Fartastic book. Don't quote me on the date, but it's March something, and I think it's March 31st. I
Okay.
think what this is this is just DC's like 2025 April Fool's joke. They do it every year. It's
Oh,
always switched up on how they do it, but like I think that's what it is now. That's just a theory, and
They're
if
just
it
trying to
comes
get
out
everybody to
like
scratch the book and ruin it.
yeah.
yeah, because
yeah,
if it
that'd be
comes out like
hilarious.
boo-hoo, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like, I mean, for one, it's not Harley Main. It's not like that's because Harley, I mean, Harley has like a main series, and then she has a ton of like just separate series that
One shot.
happen all the time.
Yep.
That's what this is going to be. It's like a 4 to 6 issue series that's just going to be this little self-containing story. I mean, it might have some canon, quantity in there, but no, I mean, it's just going to be a comedy piece. If it's a real book, I honestly think it's going to be this year's, April Fool's joke. Last year it was a comic cover gimmick that Tom King had did where he let his kids draw the comic covers, and they're all like ages 3 and 4, and they all did like stick figures and stuff, and people like thought because he signed it on every book, so they really thought it was him that did the art or whatever, and that was like the joke, like it was his kids. Like,
So what do you think, Rich?
Well, I just want to go back to one of the things Steve Bizzle said is the red band gimmick. I don't really think the red band was a gimmick. I think that was a way that rated R book. It's got horror or like blood and violence in it. So I think that was more of like a warning label than it was a gimmick. The QR code absolutely
I can
was
go with that.
That was BS, man.
Well, when they introduced the red band, it was kind of introduced in a gimmicky way where like you got a couple of extra pages of bloody goodness if you bought the red band as opposed to the regular. So it was kind of a gimmick when it first started, but not so much now though.
I kind of agree with the gimmick thing, but I also like agree with the mature, that it was also like needed for, that kind of thing.
No
even though it turned out
anymore.
Even though it turned out to be a gimmicky thing, but yeah.
As far as what I read, I mean, I pretty much only read Marvel, and I don't know if I'm blurring the end of 2023 into 24. I did enjoy the Black Widow Venom story, where she becomes a Venom. I don't know if anybody read that. That was pretty cool. But that, like I said, that might have been the end of 2023. Black Widow becomes a Venom.
The Venomized Black Widows.
Yeah.
Was that this year?
I think that was last year. And then also what they did with Mary Jane.
Either that, or they with Jackpot.
With Jackpot. I mean, we had almost 50 years of Mary Jane, just a regular girl, and now she has powers, and they change every time she uses them. So I thought that was cool. I just hope they don't ruin it, and they do it right, and they give her like a meaningful character with powers, not just I don't know. I'm hoping they do it right. And they don't ruin it.
I like Jackpot. Like I was surprised. I mean, because you talk about a gimmicky character, but they actually sold it, so it works for me. I hope they work more on like her outfit gimmick part. Like I'm not necessarily sold on that part of it. Yeah, but I do like the I mean, it kind of just works. The whole jackpot power thing. She just basically,
She's
pulls
like
the crank and
an anchor character. So when you take an anchor character that's been a regular person for I don't even know 50 plus years and actually give her powers. I mean, she was already meaningful to the story, but now it's another level. Um, believe
in
it,
a written world. In a written world, it gives things. She's. I mean, you can honestly use her as like the greatest MacGuffin ever because she has these powers that are random. So if you
yeah,
need a comedy beat, you got a
yeah.
comedy beat. If you need a serious beat, you got it. And I mean, it's actually a very intuitive like writing tool because you don't have to keep explaining why these random things are happening. No, that's her. She's got random powers. Bam, explanation done. I mean, it's pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
I'm
If
laughing
if
at Jennifer's comment about feet on OnlyFans. Yeah, there's a market
Yeah,
for
I saw
everything.
that too.
If
Yeah,
you
there
can, by
is.
all means. Yeah. By all
Yeah,
means.
I
yeah. I
mean,
was gonna.
I don't hate on none of that. I mean,
Yeah, I was
Hell
gonna
no.
point that out.
I wish I could do that.
I was
I mean,
making a
if you,
joke
if,
about that. I was making a joke about OnlyFans.
hey, to each his own, and I don't hate on the person that's looking
Uh,
at them feet pics. I mean, get your jollies off, man.
If
and
that does it for you,
I
it ain't
own
hurting
one.
nobody.
I own one Ultimate
Especially
Marvel
not me.
comic book, Spider-Man Ultimate One. That's it, because
That's true.
it was
I don't
good.
have any.
But I'm not getting sucked into another alternate universe again. Like I've been sucked into them too many
I
times.
can feel that.
Bought them
I can
all up
feel
too
that.
many times. And I'm not doing it again. Same thing with 2099. Even though I enjoyed it, they're not suckering me again. So
This one I can say that, like, I don't know how to, because it's like, how do you sell it to compare it to what they had before? Because the Ultimate Spider-Man back in the past was just as, I mean, if not equal to this at that time, because I can remember when that dropped and it was phenomenal for that time. I remember like being very excited to go issue to issue from Ultimate Spider-Man. So like trying to compare that to this to that, I mean, they're just different.
and I heard
I
nothing
want to
but
say
good
the
stuff about it. I'm just not. I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
I want
I
to say
don't
the
know.
only like in I wouldn't say like pay for it or whatever, but if you have like Marvel Unlimited app or something like that, a digital way to read it or something, it's still a great read because one of the things I do like that they're doing is the whole like that everybody in the ultimate universe doesn't officially have their powers. I mean, some of the people are first issue. Peter Parker getting well, I don't even remember if it's the first issue when he gets his powers, but like anyways, they all get their powers, and one of the cool things is that they're predestined to go to the same people that had the powers in the other universe. But in this universe, there's been some like hiccups where random people get other people's powers, like, and that like in Spider-Man specifically, I think it's like the first or second issue, somebody like ends up killing the mainstream like Shocker, and they take his power, and it's like a whole different person that's rocking the Shocker, and like because it's ultimately like Iron Man and Doctor Doom who's it's their job to give the heroes back their powers or their suits or what have you, and like I like that whole like dynamic because the Black Cat in that universe is a different person, and there's a story on how she got that versus like Felicia Harding. There's like and I like that it's that they still kind of have it aligned to what you know from the main universe. But for me, that's probably the hottest selling point. I know the older thing, and I know for me, I think that's like it's the book's most unique story. Like, and I'm not saying none of it's unique or whatever. For me, that's like one of its greatest selling points is getting those like unique random moments where you're like, oh, it's Black Cat. Oh, wait a minute, that's not Black Cat. We're like, who's that? And that they're no. So far, I could say that's been pretty exciting.
It's almost like a big what if.
Yeah.
Because that's the Ultimate X-Men is like that. All the Ultimate X-Men so far, like, outside of Wolverine, I think all of them are brand new versions of those characters. Like there is a Storm, but it's like a whole different character that has those powers. Like same thing with like Psylocke and Armor, and I forget, but it's like and because there's a new Shadow King, and like then
Yep.
and just because they have like for instance there's evil powers out there like Shadow King, and just because like an evil person gets those powers doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do evil stuff with it this time around, kind of thing. So that part's interesting because like some of the hero powers that have been dished out that are now being used for villain powers and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I love that dynamic. Like
it's cool.
some of the other dynamics in the Ultimate Universe. Like I like some of the switches we got. Like for instance, the Hulk in that universe is like
Oh
a
man,
bad guy or whatever, but he's like a super pacifist version of like the
yeah, he's
Hulk. Like
he
try,
meditates and like yeah,
yeah,
it's
he's like
crazy.
he's like this super serene, calm, like Dalai Lama version of the Hulk, but yet he's like the most dangerous version of the Hulk. It's like it's such a crazy I didn't know, but there's some pretty fantastical ideas that he's doing.
Yep.
But okay, here's the hindsight. One, it is an ongoing, like overarching story that has not finished, and we're nowhere near the end of it. So a lot, a lot of that will differ on how this plays out. I mean, because all this is starting out great, but I know a whole bunch of sagas and stuff that started out great that now I can't even remember because they just fizzled out into the wind and just didn't deliver. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so. It is for me. It is starting out good. It's a great read, and I mean, for me, I can say the least appealing one was the Black Panther, and I want to attune
Yeah.
that. I never really read a lot of Black Panther. I know the character, but I've never really read just a standalone Black Panther series on its own.
Well,
So I want to believe that's some of the hiccup for me, but it's still like a decent read. But I want to say that's the one I'm like the least excited for. But I still read every single issue.
no, dude, I agree. I was just gonna say that I agree with you on the Ultimate Black Panther thing, and the only reason being, like, I feel like it's a pretty good story. I just feel like they're dragging it out like so long. Like I jumped off
I
at
want to
issue
say
9, and we still didn't really have much action. Like issue 9, and
or
there's still not much
or
action.
what the story was, because I understand we're doing
Right.
this war versus like and the cool. Okay, so that's another cool thing. Like some of these versions of character, like for instance, Moon Knight. Moon Knight isn't a physical character. It's just we have the gods that are behind. Like what is it, Kishnu and I forget the other one, but we have the actual gods now on the earth, kind of like how Thor does it in Loki, instead of like Moon Knight with his powers. And they're basically like villains that are fighting. Like it's basically like Egypt versus Wakanda at this point.
Yeah.
And there is some like overarching like why they're doing it, but there's not like like a big determinant. Like as far as like I've gotten so far, I mean, because the God part, they're just attacking Wakanda because um, the Maker had told them to, and that's
Yeah, I jumped off after issue 9, and it wasn't like I said, man. It wasn't because it wasn't good. It's just I don't know. It wasn't. I felt like it wasn't getting anywhere quick enough for me.
it's dragging.
Ultimate X-Men's getting good now, though. It's like
It
starting
is.
to get really good now.
Nah, well, for me, I want to say that one for me was I want to say that first issue was the slowest, and then for me, ever since then, it's been nonstop good.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like every issue ends at like either a really good cliffhanger or a really like substance info like drop where you're like satisfied with what you got. But
Dude, I was
no,
debating dropping it after issue 1, but not anymore. It's been good.
no, I liked it, especially when they brought in the Shadow King and they brought in. Well, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but they bring in like somebody else that I don't even know why they like the whole world freaks about certain things like Ultimate Wolverine, like, and I get it, but like, I mean, there's some other Ultimate characters that are a lot bigger and cooler that have popped.
True.
I mean, could you think about the Ultimate version of Professor X? The Ultimate version of Magneto, the Ultimate, that there's some big mutants out there that I would be looking out for, kind of thing.
True. I think it's a lot spec with the Wolverine. Speckers.
It is.
Those damn speckers.
Tony, what you got?
Y'all covered a lot of it already. The ultimate stuff's been really good. Now I dropped some stuff like the ultimate stuff, not because I didn't like it, it's because of my budget. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
That's-
But because I was telling my wife, I get Marvel Unlimited, I get the DC, the year subscriptions. I'm like, I can read that stuff later on, and if I like it, I'll get the trades because I'm planning on sometime next year. As far as all my new stuff, I'm going to go completely digital, so that way I can save my money to buy all the back issues, the ones like, when I see somebody show a ASM 252 or a 300 or something, go, man, I'd like to have that. Well, if you save your money, you get it.
True.
I like that.
I'm
I
with you.
like that.
I'm with you,
Yeah, I
Tony.
like that so much better. Because that's actually the perfect way to go about it right now. Because I mean, I love new comics. I love supporting the industry and
Yeah,
stuff like that. But at the same time, every time you buy a comic, and you're talking about now, we're talking about $4 or $5, $6 a pop, and you're taking a huge risk. And I'm talking about like, for each individual, you're taking a risk as far as like, are you gonna like this story? Is this something that you're gonna want in your collection? Is it, that there's like 3 or 4 different things that pop up that you're just gambling on. I mean, so if you could read it first digitally without spending that money, why
yeah.
not?
Now, some of the things that argue with me with that is, of course, I still love something that's killing the children. I love
Well, that's
Conan.
something.
I love
Oh,
reading
that's
Conan every month. All the Energon stuff, Spawn. I love the Spawn stuff. And
what's
when
the
I say,
problem?
well, no, I'm saying those are my arguments to not go completely digital.
You can get
I
those
mean,
digital because I do.
I know. It's
They
just,
had they had okay, so you actually nowadays, and a lot, maybe you don't know this, but like normally each individual company, like Image, Distillery, they actually sell comics digitally on their
yeah,
web pages,
Yeah.
and
Even Scout.
a fraction of the price. Okay, Distillery actually gives free ash cans, free, which they allow you to sell back on their website if it becomes like something that's a profitable thing. Um, no, but like, okay, so like, and there's other options too, because you got Comixology where you can
yeah.
you can go in there and buy sets. You can buy individual issues. Not only like I'm right now, I buy everything I read that's not Marvel or on the 2 apps that I pay for. I want to say I spend like $1 to $2 on a book, versus the $5 or $6. If it's not cheaper, like I want to say like recently, most of the first, like if it's not a first issue, usually if it's like a second, third, it's like 50 cents, something like that. It's cheap.
Uh, I'm gonna touch on Jennifer's question in a second, but like what you said about Comixology, I buy a lot of my
Mhm.
digital comics from Comixology, even though now it's merged with Kindle. Fun fact is the pages that if you anybody watches my Tony's Comic Spotlight, the comic pages comes from my. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do Amazing Spider-Man number 1, so I'll go out and buy the digital copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 1 and screenshot all the pages. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And by doing the spotlights, I've actually got to read a lot of stories that I never would have read, like uh, House of Secrets '92, the Animal Man when I did that one for Travis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to give my answer, and then y'all can sound off if y'all want to. But Jennifer says the age-old question: do you think digital comics will replace regular comics in the future? Because I believe most periodicals will be totally digital in our children's lifetimes. Maybe, but as long as there are people like us that are going out to the LCSs, supporting your local comic shops, and buying whether it's new stuff or old stuff, I don't really think the physical will ever truly die.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't want
because
to.
I don't
let's go
want it
back
to, but
through.
unfortunately,
Let's
I
go.
think it might, just
It
because of
well,
might.
the price of printing it,
I
and the
think it
price
could.
people are willing to pay to own
Or,
it.
or or we run out of paper, or I mean, because we're talking about far in the future. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not. Some of these things aren't forever obtainable, but like you're talking about, okay, we got comics now that are in our collections at home, stored. Like, I mean, you would want to keep that, forever, and it's nice to have like the digital copy or whatever, or to transfer all this to a digital medium, but to still have the source is what I mean, because you know, yes, we're moving to a digital age, but that's the whole thing. It's the digital age. That's not the end of all ages. There's going to be an age after that, and there might be some other way we move all our information. It might not be digital. It'd be like sound. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine shit.
VR glasses.
Beyond our
Yeah,
comprehension.
it'll be
And-
just where we blink and it's just there, and I don't know.
I
I'm
was
with
gonna say-
Wilmer. I'm old school. I like being able to touch the books and read them
Yeah,
physically
oh, yeah.
as well.
I was
Me
going to
too,
touch on.
but we're not
Go
going
ahead.
to be around forever.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
I was going to touch on Canadian Survivals, what he said about people may put on glasses and be in the comic. Well, technically, we've already had a video game in the past where you got to be in the comic.
Several.
That's
we
true.
did.
That is true.
I don't know about. Well, I'm pretty sure they have VR now. There, you can do that.
No,
But
that
I
works
think that's a
really
lot
well.
of that, and then that goes into the nostalgic thing. Of course, you would want it the way that you were, you first came about it. So, like asking a person whether they're gonna prefer digital versus the physical, they're gonna go back to the physical if they have like memories
Yeah.
with it. I mean, it now. I mean, you think about kids that are growing up in this age, like away from the physical format. You're going to get a different answer in like 10 years,
Yeah.
15
That's what
years
I was
because
just
they're
thinking about. Like my son's 15, dude, and he doesn't have the attachment to the physical stuff like I do.
no, all their stuff's digital nowadays. I mean, you're talking about like even, I mean, my kids, and then they read just as much as I do, but it's on Nooks and like, it's not even like physical books, that they're reading. They're just reading the digital versions of them, which, I don't dislike either or. I think it's just preference based at this point. But I mean, I think as we go, that will change.
Yeah, I know. I remember at one point the
that's true.
NFTs were pretty popular for a little while, but
Man,
Right. Okay. So so this is a known fact. They've actually been stating this on like the New York Times and some big like Legos sets. And I'm talking about vaulted sets are actually going more than stocks, people. More than stocks. You're talking about our collectibles, our nerdy collectibles are valued more than your damn gold and shit, bitches.
I saw that video of the guy with the the Star Wars AT-AT.
Yeah.
And they bought it last year, and he bought like 30 sets of it, and it was like $199, and now it's like $400 because you can't get it.
Yeah,
man.
and because a lot of these toys and stuff like that, that's how they work. Like Funko. I mean, if you don't get that Funko Pop within like I want to say it's a 3-month, 6-month period, something like that, it gets vaulted, and they don't make it again. Now that same exact one Funko, they'll reskin it and paint it different and stuff. But as far as releasing that Batman that you want to know, it's going to be some other version of Batman. You're never going to be, you're going to have to pay scalper prices to get that.
I've noticed over 2024, Walmart is phasing Funko out.
Yeah,
could that be like? So you've noticed that as well?
Yeah.
I want to say that's due.
Anything.
I want to say that's due to a lot of the different reports because I want to say about 4 or 5 months back they had to merge with another company to stay afloat, kind of thing. Like they're I want to say they're in the medium right now where they're kind of producing so much and not necessarily making it back on like a productive level. I want to say that had something to do with it there.
Okay.
So guys, we'll get into our next segment. If y'all got anything y'all want to show off, I'm going to go last because I've got a couple Christmas gifts I want to show off. I'm going to show off some new comic book day and mail calls, and then I'm going to show off just the 6 slabs that I picked up this year because I made a list of 40 comics, and then my lazy ass went, I'm not going to dig through the boxes because.
I'll be the first because I don't have shit. I don't really have nothing.
Oh, but as far as other stuff that I've been reading and rereading, I've been rereading this because a gentleman is doing a walkthrough on his YouTube channel. He's began a quest.
Yeah, a daunting quest. Oh, all I got right now is.
Oh, I thought you said go first.
Yeah, saying I don't have nothing. All I have is this Happy Meal toy from Sonic 3 that's laying next to me. But no, honestly, all my stuff is kind of put up.
All right, Rich, Scotty, which one of y'all want to go? We'll go Scotty.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say Scotty's on top. We'll go Scotty.
Yeah, I got my my new comic book day haul here. So, and I got a book I picked
Sure,
up.
watch what you got.
Yeah, I'll do the show us what you
I
got.
don't know. Now Chris will sue us.
I haven't read this yet. I
Ooh,
have
I like
actually had
that.
a chance. I've had a chance to read some of these, so tell you if they suck
Who's
or
the
not.
artist on it? You know?
I don't know, but this is like a series of covers that they've been doing. I don't know the artist though. Sorry about that, man.
Looks familiar.
I'll
Hold
Google
on.
it in a second.
Hey, Scotty, hold on a second. I want to read this real quick. Tim
Okay.
says at Super Mega
Iron Man.
Replay Store in Evansville, they have some Funko figurines that I've seen in one place in my life. Okay, that's cool. Now,
X-Men.
that's nice.
I haven't read Iron Man yet either, and this
Yeah, the
X-Men
Capcom
series-
covers.
Yeah, the Capcom covers are cool. This series has been fun. This one's the funner of the X-Men series, in my opinion. I've been having fun with that.
That's what I've heard.
And here's some Miss Minutes covers because I collect those. Here's for Hell Hunters.
How's your quest been on the Miss Minutes covers?
I have them all so far. I haven't missed any. So
Okay,
It's pretty cool.
that's
I like that cover.
Yeah, that one was for West
Coast.
Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that Nakayama. I did read this. This gives you a little glimpse into Marvel 2025. So I won't give anything away, but on one of the pages, it reveals some upcoming events. So you get a sneak
Some
peek
shit.
of this.
Are we getting Rick Rack back? Are we getting Rick Rack back?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Are we getting Rick Rack back? Come on, man. Rick Rack needs to come back. Ooh, I like
we
that.
do need. It didn't say anything about him, but
Damn it.
Spider Boy. I'm still having fun with the series. I like this character. It's just good, clean fun.
he's got teeth
Actually,
now.
he's had teeth. Okay, so
Okay.
that's something that a lot of people don't know. But the actual boy that is Spider, he's actually mutated. He actually has like 6 eyes or something like that, and he has like those like I'd say they're jagged
Those are
teeth or
nice.
whatever.
And in this, I
Yeah.
didn't realize this till I read it. Okay, it's the debut of Kidpool in comics, I think, right? But I didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about Kidpool, but this is actually a girl. It's a little girl, and it's an 11-year-old girl, and she has a crush on Bailey.
That's cool.
So yeah,
I kind of like that Spider Boy and Kidpool hooking up. All right.
it kind of worked.
No, you go. Yeah. I honestly forgot about this book. This is actually one of the better Batman, because we got the Absolute series, but this is another series that started off a whole new and no, this was actually really good.
I want to read it. I haven't read that one yet, and I haven't read this one yet either.
I
But
think I'm two behind.
Ariel Diaz, and this is issue 3 for Absolute Wonder Woman.
That girl in trouble.
Beautiful cover. I thought this was funny. Metamorpho. I read this yesterday. This is Al Ewing writing Metamorpho. It was okay. It was decent.
All right.
It was all right.
I like Metamorpho.
Here's a cool Mark Spears cover. I've been collecting his stuff. It doesn't look like too impressive by itself, so I got the hold on.
Yeah, the connecting part. I was about to say you can tell it's
Oh, that's
connecting.
cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
really
It was
cool
cool.
together.
Who did that? Mark Spears? Oh yeah, I
this
can see
is
it.
Mark Spears.
Yeah, I can see it with the guys.
But yeah, this part came out this week. This part came out last week. So they look
Okay.
really good together.
They're doing the Doomsday stuff.
Rockefellers, second print for that.
That one I haven't read. I haven't read that one, and
It's fun. It's good. It's
I
not
think
one
it
of my
works.
favorites now, but it's good.
the Hornsby and Halo. I haven't read that one. Geiger, hell yeah.
I read the first issue of Hornsby and Halo. I have not read the second. This was fun though. This is so good. I'm not going to give anything away, but we get some cool characters in this book that you're going to want to see. So if you're into Ghost Machine, this issue you're going to love. So pick this
I got
one up.
one question. Are we
Hey,
done with this? Are we done with the side adventures in Geiger? Because I'm a big fan of the Three-Eyed Zebra, but I mean, really, it was like side quest. Are we back to main story Geiger, or are they still doing side quests?
We're getting back into main story Geiger. I think this issue
Okay.
was the one where we're like getting back really into it.
Because
It's a
that's
cool
where I
cover.
stopped. That's where I'm at. Is the Three-Eyed Zebra?
Oh, you're gonna like the next couple issues. It gets good.
All right.
Red coat. It's kind of a cool little like color bleed cover, but that's been
Negative
fun.
space, kind of.
Yeah.
Void Rivals, dude, such a good series.
Yeah.
Still fun.
The Hot Rod's cool.
Good detective series, $2.99. If you
Sam
like
and
a good,
Twitch.
oh yeah, Sam and Twitch. If you like a good detective, if you're into Dateline and stuff like I am, it's Dateline in the comic book.
Nobody
Tony
under
Fleet.
40 is supposed to like Dateline.
Tony Fleek's Uncanny Valley, great series. One of the good indie series of 2024.
We got
Okay.
Vogsy. Hey, Vogs.
Hey,
Bob.
Will.
What's up, Box?
Rich, Mike,
Anybody like Claymation?
Scotty.
What's up, dude?
Hey,
I do.
sorry
that
to interrupt.
Claymation
I
cover.
got three
Is
things.
that
and then
Homage and
I've gotta
Clay
run.
Fighters? Yes.
I got
Yeah,
that's
three
cool.
things, and then I've got to run. But I'll wait till Scotty's done. I'm not going to interrupt Scotty's goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
that's
interrupt,
beautiful.
Vogs. It's rude.
Is that Mora?
Love you, Scotty. Ooh,
Dan Mora?
I don't know who did this, but
is that
it's
Erica
beautiful.
Slaughter?
Kind of looks
Yeah,
like.
it's Erica Slaughter. Here, I'm going to get these signed. Jay Lee usually comes to Chattanooga every year, so I'm going to get these signed when he comes through next year.
I was so
Dude,
pissed he didn't. I was so pissed he didn't show up at Heroes.
I want the Batgirl version of that.
Dan Panosian, another fantastic
Yeah,
artist
that's
of
cool.
2024.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I like those Christmas guys.
Dude's killing it. The man's killing it. Another Mark Spears.
We're back.
The Return of the Living Dead.
I didn't care for the actual book on the
They
inside.
live.
The covers are fantastic. Jeff DeCall,
Ooh.
House.
It's pretty.
And then I picked this up today. I grabbed this
Yeah,
At a
I
shop
saw
today.
that. That's awesome. Congrats.
That's
man,
cool.
Jake.
Bloodstone issue
That is
3.
cool.
Cool book. But that's what I got. That was my new comic book day haul plus some Bloodstone goodness.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Fantastic
All right.
call.
All right, Vogs. Here's your 15 minutes. Nah.
Here's my 15 minutes of fame.
7 seconds. That's all you get.
2024 was a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Let me get two things real quick. I forgot.
He cuts me off and then he disappears.
Look, you get
I know,
negative
that's fair,
negative 2
I-
points
I
for
was
not
gonna
being
say he
ready.
was right when he said
He came in
he
hot
said
and then he dipped.
2024 was hell.
We need a
I got
grading
three
system.
things I got to show. Oh wait, let me get
Yep.
Yeah. You can go take a leak. I'll be back.
Right. Just
long
leave
as
me
he
on the
doesn't
big
do the
screen.
them. He went upstairs to make a
As long as he
sandwich.
don't- I was gonna say, as long as
It's
you don't
gotta
do
go.
the Leslie Nielsen, you know, like what Leslie Nielsen did in the Naked Gun. As long as you don't do that.
Or he comes back butt
Or he goes
naked.
No, he goes to the bathroom. Goes to the bathroom with the mic
Uh,
on.
So, 2024 was awesome. My friend and I exchange Christmas gifts every year. And I went to a place called Second and Charles. Scotty, I think everyone on the panel would love this.
Oh, dude.
What about First and Phillip?
I already know about Second and Charles. It's awesome. It's a great
Dude,
store.
look at this. $10.
Hell yeah, man.
What about
I
First
got
and
to go
Phillip?
to Heroes Con, so this is everyone who I got to meet at Heroes Con. Even Mike. I got to
Oh,
meet
that's
Mike. There's a famous video.
is
with
my
me and
signature
Mike.
on there? Did I sign that? I don't remember
Yep,
signing.
right there.
Damn it.
Right there. Dude, Mike, it was awesome meeting you. Can't wait to meet you again, man.
Yes, it
John
was. It was cool.
Jang signing Death Rage.
Yeah, it's cool.
This is
Yeah, Jang was pretty cool.
Now, is that Death or
Jenny
Death?
I'm sorry.
Death Rage.
I was gonna
Death
say, was that Death?
Death.
Or Death?
Death Rage.
Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider signed by Jenny Frizzin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Me too.
The Edge signed by Marvin Wynn. It's kind of hard to see. It's up there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Got to meet Justin Birch. Ironically, I was there for one day last year for Heroes Con. I'm going all 3 days this year. I found this at LCS the day before Heroes Con, and I saw Justin Birch's name was on it, so I had to get Justin Birch to sign it.
Heck yeah. Another signature
I
that I want.
got to see 3 books signed by everyone, even Austin LeMay. It's kind of hard to see Austin's, but it's right down here.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's awesome, man.
I got to meet Matt Adkins, who wrote Beeswax, a Heroes co-community member. Number 1, number 2.
Oh yeah, I love Matt.
Matt's a great dude. And then Izzy,
Yeah.
was doing commissions before Heroes Con, and I said, "Do you have any Darth Vader covers? I would love to have an Anakin turning into Darth Vader." He said, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah, that's cool.
Sweet.
And then the best three, each have a story behind them. Mike was on this show. I won a 9.8 white pages Spider-Gwen Gen 13 from Trev's giveaway.
Very cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh,
that
that's
is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
even
was
know
my
that book
first
existed.
slab. It was
I
my
know some
first
of those
slab.
crossovers I've never even heard of, but they're awesome.
Yeah. This
Yeah, they
one
were
I
going
bought
hard in the
myself.
2000s.
This one I bought myself on Black Friday. It's Astonishing X-Men #1. Shadow King appearance, Unknown Comics exclusive variant, 9.6. It's Rogue, but it's probably Metamorpho, but I don't care. It's Rogue. Like, the body is Rogue. With Gambit, playing cards, the Wolverine claws, and Angel Wings.
Well, that threw me off when you said Metamorpho.
That's
Yeah, I was
But I
trying to think what the
love
cover was gonna. I like it. Yeah,
It's cool.
that's cool.
yeah. Who was the artist?
Art Jim Chang, Mark Morales, and the cover
Sorry.
is Perillo.
Nice, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay,
Lucio
okay.
Perillo.
Dude, he's a badass artist. He's an amazing artist.
Yes,
Dude,
Almost
yeah.
a
it makes
cover
sense.
artist.
And
He's
that's
an
what the
amazing
back looks
artist,
like.
period.
And then lastly, before I have to go, by the way, oh god. Sorry. Love
Fun.
seeing you guys.
We saw
Love
your
hanging out
socks.
love hanging out with you guys. Austin LeMay, we were on Mad Spidey's a few weeks ago, and I told him I'm a big fan of Rogue from the X-Men. He's like, "Do you have any of the keys?" I said, "No, but I eventually want to get the key where she's in the X-Men. Eventually, I want to get a, maybe a mid-grade, super low-grade Avengers Annual 10." He said, "Dude, shoot me a DM." He says, "I got something in the mail for you. It's a 6.0 Avengers Annual 10.
Whoa.
What? Dude, I don't even have a copy of that yet.
Yeah,
Good
it's
for you,
freaking
man.
amazing.
And I said, "What can I give you back, Austin? This book is big." He said, "Nothing. I've got plenty of copies."
Hell yeah, dude. That's killer. That's a
Austin's
good
just a
book.
cool dude.
That's like the
6.0.
busiest
I was
cover
like,
of all time, but it's a good key. It's a good key.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what?
it
It's
is.
a
Cover,
weird.
bad
It's
cover.
a weird cover,
Yeah.
but it's a cool key because it's First Stroke, Madeline Pryor, Spider Woman, X Men, Carol Danvers, New Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Yeah, I will
First row,
never
baby.
open this. Even if I ever get to meet Chris Claremont, this will never be opened. Ever. That's my haul.
So before we
Yeah,
get
man.
to
That was
before we
awesome.
get to, I was gonna say before we get to Rich, Will, I gotta say something. That whole thing, the book, "The Devil Wears My Face." I'm gonna tell you, I'm going on point right now to tell you, I have never wore anybody's faces. I'm just saying.
Good. I'm happy I haven't either. I'm gonna watch Rich's thing and then I gotta go. I have a family thing.
So I'm like a lot of you guys. I didn't want to dig out everything, but I did just get some slabs back. So I did want to show off some of my new submissions. And I got one new book at the end, which was an upgrade for me. But first off, I got an Alias #1. First
Ooh,
edition,
Jessica Jones, you mother damn.
And I bought this
That's
raw, pressed it.
Ooh, and pressed it
And I
and
got
graded it. Damn.
I got the 9.8, man. So I'm very, very happy with that one.
Yeah, you blessed it individually. I love Jessica. One of my favorite characters.
Got Fantastic Four 353.
I love that
Ooh.
cover.
So
That
do
is badass.
you know who this is? The first appearance of Mobius from the TVA.
Yeah.
So that's
Ooh.
cool.
I love that cover.
I remember owning it back in the day.
I had 2 copies
And not
of
for
this,
this.
and I sent in the better of the 2, obviously. And this is the first Sam Wilson as Cap.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
dang. Nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Also
That's
came
cool.
back a 9.8. So psyched for that, especially with the new movie coming out. Even if it's short lived, I'm okay with it. This one I had sitting in my collection probably for like 4 or 5 years. I finally pulled the trigger on getting it graded.
Oh,
Nova,
yeah.
Nova #1.
Oh yeah.
First appearance of
That's
Nova.
getting a lot of hype, too.
I knew it wasn't perfect,
It's
but
supposed to be good.
It came back what I thought it was, so 7-0, but it's still awesome book.
Still looks pretty.
Yeah, it does.
I have a Marvel Team Up 141.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I need that
Beautiful.
one.
Okay, I haven't played this for the whole show, and it's the only clip I got. So we get this.
Groovy.
I need one of those to go on my 252.
Well, honestly, I think this book could have done. It has this one jacked up staple that probably came from the fabricator like that.
Yeah.
Probably should have been like a 9.4, 9.6, but it's a high grade.
Yeah, it's still awesome.
All right. This movie got a lot of hate, but I still think it's an awesome character. It was an awesome run. Probably one of the best Thor runs I've read. That was the Thor God of Thunder.
Yeah, that was a good
2.
run.
Yeah, that was a
Great
great
run.
run.
So this is the first Gore the God Butcher.
Yep.
And this also I bought Raw. Got it slab and got the 9.8.
I think he's just a cool villain. Like I think he has substance.
You know, and part of me is bummed that
Awesome.
they wasted him on one movie. They should have left him
Yeah.
a little longer, let him linger in the MCU. But and this one I picked up because it's dirt cheap because I own a copy of this book. It's a 4.0. I paid like $65 for it like 3 years ago, and for a couple bucks more, I got a 9.6.
Oh man.
Oh, Beta Ray, Bill, you son of another one. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
You
cool.
son of another
I
one.
bought this slab just how it is, man, and it's
Look at
it's
that.
criminal how cheap this book is right now.
I love this book, dude.
Well, I need to go where it's criminal at because it ain't cheap around me.
Not me either.
This book cost me $100.
What do you do?
Well,
with
that's
your
what they
4.0?
want for the
Are you
Raw
selling it,
run,
Rich?
man.
So 9.6.
Are
Wow,
you selling
man.
your 4.0, Rich?
I don't think mine's a 9.
I'm probably gonna sell my 4.0. Yeah,
Nice.
Claim.
Clay.
I was
I have a problem with parting with stuff. So like even if I get an upgrade, this other one sits in my collection forever, and I'm like, should I sell it? Should I keep it? I
Yeah.
just have a hard time parting with stuff. And I see people giving away their 9.8s. I'm like, are they freaking out of their mind?
Yeah, dude.
But
You and me both, man. It's tough.
that's all I got.
That's like
Well, I've got to run, gentlemen. It's been fun. I'll talk to y'all soon.
See you,
take
Bob.
it easy,
I
Bob.
will.
Good seeing y'all. Much love.
Hey, Manny.
So many cool villains wasted. Yeah, I was going to make a point when he's talking. Rich was talking about people, with their extras. I know DVH has got an extra copy of House of Secrets '92. He's donating to Comics Curing Cancer, which is awesome. And I'm sitting there going, man, I'll buy it. But it's cool though because it's going to a good cause.
Yeah, in that case, it's hard to beat that. I like that
Bob?
shirt, Tom.
Dude, I'm too poor for that stuff.
Vogs, you still with us?
No, we just
Yeah,
have a
me too.
permanent picture of him.
Okay.
He's just
All right.
frozen in our memories forever.
He looks
All right.
good.
I saved myself for last because I'm probably going to take a minute. So we'll start with Christmas, and then we'll move on to new comic book deliveries, and then I'll show slabs. So my wife got me a few little things. We didn't have a lot of money. I feel bad because I didn't have any money to buy her anything, but she's getting a nice $500 printer first of the year to do her cups. So it's going to work out.
Evens out.
Well, first she got me a thing of pencils. She got me this blank comic book.
Ooh.
Hey.
It's
got
just
me this
panels.
book
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
The Master Guide to Drawing Cartoons.
All right. All right.
And then she bought me this comic book studio, and she told me to get to work. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should learn how to draw.
Now bring back that studio thing. What the F was that? Flip it around so we can see what that is? Because I know what everything else was up until that point. Comic book studio.
So-
Flip it around. Let's see the back. All right, so you got colored pencil. It looks like you got
More
stencils.
panels.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Some
It's
stickers
kind
and
of cool.
stuff.
Some
Yeah,
work
Where's
she
the
told me,
top
she said,
part?
get,
Yeah, is that word bubbles? Is that what that was? Top left, like letters and font?
yeah. But she said get to work, and I was like, okay, I got to learn how to draw, but it'll go good with something I've had. All that'll go good with something I've had for years, and that's
Oh, I used to have that.
Awesome, man.
I used to have that same book. Used to.
so.
Or maybe I still
that-
do. I gotta check.
That's one of the things I got from my wife for Christmas. I'm going to show you one other Christmas present. Actually, I'm going to show you a couple others. Of course, my brother-in-law went to Temu, which is cool. He got me this cool little dragon that it may not show up too well, but it actually
Oh,
lights
that's
up.
cool, man.
Oh, that's cool. Like flames. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that is dope.
And then Manny says, Tony, let me know if you if you want to know what helped me get started on drawing. Drawing is my therapy. I drew Transformers when I was a kid. I just wasn't really good at it. I was good at drawing robots than the human body. But okay, now this Christmas present was real personal for me. Matter of fact, since my brother died, I hadn't really showed my emotions. And when my niece got it for me, she said she was worried about whether or not I'd like it. I'm one of those type of people. It's the thought that counts. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm probably going to like it. If somebody was nice enough to think about spending $3 on me for Christmas, I'm going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
She got me this little heart.
That's awesome.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
says,
dude.
I'm always with you. And I opened this up, and 6 months of being strong and holding it in and everything, I was crying in her shoulder.
That's
I
okay.
believe you. Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where I always think, you got to be strong for the family, right? Because as much as I like to say that I lost my brother, my parents lost a son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But when you let it out just a little bit, it's like a flood.
Yep.
It doesn't stop. You can't put it back in. So
And being strong doesn't mean you can't grieve or cry. Like some of the strongest people I know cry. You know, I mean that's I mean I mean there's a thing to be said about crying with no purpose or whatever, but in this case, brother, there's a lot of merit and and being strong. It takes a strong person to grieve. It's hard, I mean,
Dude, the macho man feels all spectrums of emotions.
right?
Yeah.
And on top of that, the holidays are always the toughest when you're
Exactly.
missing a part of your family.
Yeah. And Scotty remembers the day after he died, I talked to Scotty. We talked privately on video for like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him flat out, I said, I don't know how to deal with this. You remember that, Scotty?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm always here for you.
But, okay, so that was like, and to be honest, though, the best Christmas present I ever got, I got in Thanksgiving. I'm going to beat this to death. I don't care. Was finding out I'm going to be a grandpa. That's what I'm focusing on.
Man. Congrats.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's going to be fun, man. That's going to be a lot of fun for you, dude.
Oh, yeah. So first I'm going to go into some purchases. Now, the first, let's see, 5 books I got was from our brother from Whatnot, Durs. I got this, I think it was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Mysterio Battle Lines variant.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it is.
I'm trying
that's cool.
I got this issue of Batgirls number 35.
Oh,
Not really sure who did the cover. I bought this art germ just because I had to, and hopefully my daughter won't steal it from me. So Supergirl 26, and she's holding a little kitty cat with a cape.
That's actually a big cover right there, and like that. Yeah, that one and another cover you might would like, and I'm pretty sure Durs knows that. So you might want to look up how much that actually goes for, because that's that and another it's another streaky cover that's out there, but that one's a high sought after as far as I remember. It might be. Don't quote me 100%, but no, I'm pretty sure it's.
Well, I just bought it because I love the cover. I love her holding a little kitty cat with the cape. Got a couple Spawn. Got issue 14, cover by.
Nice.
And another cover by, and it was funny because if I'd have gotten this before Christmas, I probably would have posted it, but I got this.
Classic Christmas Spawn cover.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, now the next books I'm going to show, because I got these all out of order now, these are all cover buys because of something or other. guy on Instagram goes by name, I think it's Gulf Coast Spidey, posted this on his Instagram. When I seen it, I tracked it down and bought it. These next three I paid more in shipping than I did. But we've got Ghost Spider with the Stormbreakers Nick Klein cover.
That's
of
cool.
The Death of Gwen Stacy. And I picked this one out mostly because of FOMO, and mine's not autographed like Vogue's was, but I got me one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great
Good cover. Yeah.
And this one, I love Alex Ross. I love Jenny. Another one I love is Scotty Young. I've been wanting this book, Avengers #1 forever, and I finally got it.
Oh, I know that one.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
with the
I
refrigerator.
didn't
Yeah.
even know that existed.
That one I
Dude,
do.
I
cool,
love
man.
this. Yeah, I love this cover. Ever since I seen it, I wanted to get it, and I just thought it was absolutely amazing because it just trips me out that you got some flyers in the group trying to get the cookie jar, and all they got to do is fly up and get it. And Spidey's climbing the side of it, but Iron
It's
Man's
like-
conducting them on how to get the cookie jar.
Like 2015, I think. Early, Scotty.
All right, new comic book day. This is what I picked up yesterday. Again with Scotty, I'm picking up all the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man Scotty Young variants. I just think they're absolutely cool.
That's
I love
funny.
them.
They're funny.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
talked to Scotty. Me and Scotty both have achieved our collection of foils for this.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
man.
that's cool.
My goal was to, once I got them all collected, was to go through and reread the entire thing. So
See, I can brag and say now that I have a set of the foils and a set of the originals, and then another
that's pretty
foil
cool.
that we're both working on. We got
Oh,
3 to
that's
go.
cool.
Ooh, Crisis.
up to issue 9 on the
Yep.
fourth.
Perez.
This is the only thing I bought multiple covers of, and that's the first issue of Deadly Tales of Gunslinger.
I grabbed the Bjorn Barons cover on that one. That
That
was
was
good though.
I was gonna say that's the next one.
Yes, that was awesome. I like that a lot. But they're both sweet though. They're both really cool.
Oh yeah, and I don't know who did this King Spawn cover, but I guess it's okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Then I got the last issue of Spawn Kills Every Spawn. Now this has been a weird series for me. I'm like, what the?
I read the first one. It was out there.
Yeah, it really is out there. I mean, it's something. I mean, it's funny, it's fun, but you know. And then going on, okay, almost to the Energon universe, we got G.I. Joe 312. I really love this series so far. I've been calling them the zombie cobras, but you know,
Yeah,
it's been pretty good.
basically.
We got issue 2 of G.I. Joe. Still have not read issue 1 because I'm behind on my reading. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And then the last issue of my new comic book day pickups is Void Rivals.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So the last thing I'm going to show is I just picked 6 slabs. I ain't going to say it's the best 6 slabs that I had for the year. These are the only 6 slabs I had for the year. And first one, I got this one. I won it off Cliff. It's a 9.6 Thanos annual #1.
Nice.
And I brought this up just here recently, so you knew I was going to show it again. But I've got an extra story to add to it. Of course, it's my 9.6 Cap 333.
Oh yeah.
We all know the story. We know about the
John
chip.
Walker.
When we know this is the first appearance of John Walker's Cap. We know, like I said, you know, this resembles the first book I ever bought collecting comics. Funny thing is, I messaged Shortbox because they actually, in the video where I did the unboxing, Shortbox left a reply saying, Tony, contact customer service because we want to make this right. So I contacted them. I was talking to Kevin from Shortbox, and he gave me the option of half my money back or a $25 gift certificate to be used on another book. And I told him, I said, as long as the $25 credit doesn't expire right away, I'll take that. Because I told him I got some books I'm planning on buying in March because I'm going to have some money to buy some slabs in March, and I'm going to pick up something. So he gave me a credit that'll expire at the end of March.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool. And they were really prompt, and they did, you know, Rob brags about their customer service, and I agree. It's pretty awesome. Next 2 I bought in March of 2024. Didn't really have them on my radar till I had them in my hands, and I had to pick which one I wanted. And I bought the second one first, and I bought this one first one I'm gonna show last. I ended up buying both of them. Yeah,
Oh, there you go. Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was able to finally fix a screw up I did when I was a little kid because I had this, and I was missing some ASM books when I was a little kid, and they said, "Hey Tony, I'll give you these books you need for that cable," and I went, "Okay, sure."
First
So,
appearance of Strife.
yep, first appearance of Strife. And his clone. Okay. This to me personally, I'm gonna show a couple other books that are really better, but as a fan, this is really cool. And it's I got it for $70. 7.5 Star Wars Heir of the Empire #1.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that series.
This
So
is my
I love
favorite
Dark
series.
Horse Star Wars, man. I'm a sucker
Me
for
too.
'em. Whenever
Yeah,
I
me
see
too.
them, I gotta grab them. They're all fantastic stories in those Dark Horse.
That's like
series.
everybody has that. Like, there's a lot of people that have the nostalgia for the Marvel Star Wars. No, I never did. And
Marvel's okay. It's the
I,
Dark Horse.
nah,
ones.
for me, it was a Dark
Man.
Horse. Like, especially during that time. Like, if I had the two options, no, I was going straight. I mean, because you're talking about we were getting the old age, we were getting expanded universe,
Yep.
we were getting we were in a golden age back then.
So I stopped buying Marvel for a while because of Dark Horse Star Wars, because there were so many books coming out every week. It was like 4 or 5 new Star Wars Dark Horse books. and I
It was
just had
so
to
good.
have
That
Yeah, this one really I loved it because the Heir of the Empire trilogy. I've been preaching since the '90s that this should have been 7, 8, and 9. And
it was supposed to be.
yeah, and
It
this
was.
is
It
my
was.
in my mind it
Kind.
still is, but
I mean, it's kind of what we got,
a little bit.
yeah. Well, technically, it's episode
They
7.5.
Right. Well, I mean, they kept like the structure of the story. I mean, we got Palpatine, we got his like, rising army, everything else they switched up.
Because I love the novel. The novel's my favorite, my favorite Star Wars book because we had Thrawn, we had George Sabath, we had Mara Jade. I mean, I love Mara Jade.
Snow, snow, snow. I love. No one ever talks about Snow. I love Snow. Like she needs more praise. You talking about?
I forgot about Snow. But no,
Nah, then we.
one of the things I really liked, and it surprised me because I actually thought when Thrawn was coming to live action, they may implement it. And for those of us that's actually read the novel, and I'm not going to say the name of the creature, but there's a creature in the novel that can repel the Force.
Okay, so we kind of got those in the Clone Wars because we did get some Force like resistant looking creatures, but you're talking about the Yala Saladri or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're basically like I don't know how to explain them. They're like sloth monkeys. They're like these weird little like creatures that you can put on your back, and they generate a bubble around you, and like it like. Jedi or Sith are not allowed to. They're not able to use the Force within that bubble. It was no, I love that. It was great. I mean, you're talking about like that's what Snoke. Snoke was supposed to be Horus Caboth. We didn't get that. Like, and you might say his name differently, but like I mean, I thought that's what we were going to get from that. Like, I mean, you talk about how disappointing because those books, even if you minimalize them, they're still fantastic stories. The movies that we got, they just shot themselves in the foot. That just
I agree.
Okay, I got 2 more left. This technically, I was on C3 this year. I didn't have a lot of money to show off. I didn't have a lot of money to spend. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of money to show off. Now,
I like that show off.
But I did buy a spot on the prize wheel for Only Slabs. My name was drawn, and this is what I got. So 9.8 verified signature, Justice League number 10. It says it's a Jim Lee retailer incentive cover, and
cool.
it's autographed by Jim Lee and Scott Snyder.
Jim Lee's signature, man, is getting up there. That's like $100 signature these days.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a cheap signature.
I'm just glad to have a Jim Lee autograph in the collection.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I'm saving the best for last. I won this off of Izzy. the only sketch cover I have in my collection.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Izzyverse sketch.
There'll only be one blade.
Only ever going to be one, Blake.
Yeah, he told us.
But that is me in 2024 and all that good stuff. So, comic wise, I had a great 2024. I wasn't able to get my goal, which was ASM 121, but I have a feeling in March I'm probably going to accomplish that goal. I may require another book that I had to sell a couple of years ago to pay a car payment, hopefully, unless I see something else. And okay, y'all can sound off in the chats, especially since E-Man's here. I have a dilemma, and I'm gonna get to some of the other comments too. I have a dilemma. I'm gonna buy one of these, but I don't know which one. I'm either gonna get a replica wrestling championship title that's not WWE. It's more Memphis wrestling than it is WWE, or a G1 Megatron.
I'd go with the G1 Megatron.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? A replica belt from like underground wrestling.
Yeah.
No, it's not underground. We're talking about the USWA World Heavyweight Title in
Okay.
Memphis wrestling from the 80s. No, it's not an underground. It was a big deal in Memphis in the 80s, in the late 80s, early 90s. But
Hang on.
you got me with G. But like I said, I'm just debating on that. I want to go through and talk about some comments real quick. Jennifer said, grieving comes in waves, and only the strongest of men are secure enough to cry in front of others. Never be afraid to show emotion. Oh, yeah. Bobby Delgado, welcome me to the Grandpa Club. And Tim says, yes, Lamari or the lizard-like creatures that repel the Force. They're basically like kryptonite to Force users. Yep. And, yeah,
Man,
says,
Timothy.
you got me with G. Phil's Treehouse. I wrestled her. She kicked my butt. Okay. But E-Man says, oh, man, USWA was amazing. However, you know me, Tony. And that's the thing is I grew up watching Memphis wrestling. I grew up watching people defend that title. I mean, to me in Memphis, the USWA Unified World Heavyweight title, it was a culmination of WCCW. Hold on.
WCW?
No, AWA, CWA, the wrestling organization that they did with the Von Erichs in Texas. Anyway, there was like 4 of them. I could have recited this perfectly 2 weeks ago. So,
my statement to you would be like, what's like the 2 things I would ask you is what, as far as your heart, where does that lean to either franchise? Like, because I do know you're a Transformer fan and you're a wrestling fan. I mean, you're wearing an Undertaker shirt as we speak. Okay, so like, where does your heart?
Well,
I think of it as a future value, like investment.
Yeah.
That
was the second
G1
thing.
is going to just keep going up and up and up and up, man.
You're talking about how rare.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about like half of those G1s have either been decommissioned because they look like what they look like. I mean, you're talking about like, and the restrictions only going to, yeah, my heart would lead to the. I mean, you're talking about cool factor. You're talking about like, you talk about just a piece that you could show off that like a ton of people like FOMO would kick in. Like, I mean, the ultimate degree.
Yeah,
I agree.
E-Man's in here E-Man's in the comments spouting facts because he's right. He says you've been wanting that Megatron for a while. I've been wanting it since I was a kid. I've never had one. I had friends that had one, but I never had one.
I did. Yep, I did, and I can't remember for the life of me what the F happened to it. Like,
me either.
Jennifer, to answer your question, who wore the real belt? Just about everybody. Jerry Lawler was a multi-time champion. It was Jerry Lawler, the Master of Pain, who is now also known as the Undertaker, Kane, Sid Vicious, Owen Hart. I mean, a lot of people had that title. But yeah, he's right because Heart always leans to Transformers. Don't lie to yourself and me. That's true. All I know is the bell to be cheap. The bell to be cheaper, but I'll probably get more satisfaction out of the Megatron.
I'd also tug the line of like how accessible it is now versus in the future. I mean, like the Megatron thing is only getting rarer as the year goes. I mean, it's not going to get like easier to access unless you're buying repos.
Oh,
How
E-Man,
easy is it to get this replica belt? Like that would be my thing. Can you get this replica belt? Same
Anytime.
price. Okay,
Anytime.
so I would definitely go the G1.
So let me preach. Let me say something real quick. Let me introduce him. He got tired of typing and said, "Screw it. I'm fixing this. I'm gonna correct this fool online." E-Man, what's up?
What's up, Tony?
What's
Can you
up?
hear me? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
That beautiful voice. You have to ask.
Oh yeah, I forgot something else I got this year. Look,
I see, Tony. You're letting that thing grow. I love it.
That competition out there.
Looking
My wife hates
solid. Looking
wife hates it.
solid. I'm digging it, man. Look at that, smoking the cigarette. You're talking on YouTube. Hey, I'm gonna get me either a USWBA NBA belt or a Megatron, and he's doing it with hair, flash, and style with that cigarette in mouth. I love it. Oh my!
Boy dropped his
Megatron. Megatron. You hear me, Tony? Megatron. Megatron.
hold on.
Man down. Man down.
Whoops,
Party
that
fail.
wasn't supposed to happen. He's okay.
He's
5
okay.
second rule. 5 second rule. Pick it up. You can still put it in your mouth.
Exactly. You ever seen that meme? There's food on the ground and there's like bacteria around it, and they're just waiting for it. And it's
Right.
5 seconds.
We can't get to you.
He's okay. Now I was going to say
I
I'm
mean,
okay. I have to consult. I have to consult my advisor and see what he says.
Now,
he
before
looks-
we go further in this conversation, how nice is this G1 Megatron? I mean, does it even still have all the cylinder
Look,
pieces? Does
In
it
a
still,
box,
because
out of box. What are we talking here?
Okay,
Raw.
this is
I'm
this
thinking
is
raw.
out of box, raw,
Mhm.
and it's complete. And that's all I can say is the ones I'm looking at are complete.
I'm good. I'm good
I
with
would
that.
have to. I would have to go like if I do the decal route, I would have to reorder some new decals for them.
That's
No,
simple.
nothing
That's
wrong
actually
with that.
cheap. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can go ahead and find a lot of those third-party sellers and vendors, and they'll sell the decals
Hell yeah.
for $5.
Itsy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
But
even
that's-
Etsy.
Because right now, and what Mike said was true, because this is one of the reasons why I'm thinking towards the Megatron. Back when I should have got it, and the cheapest complete Megatron was 100, 150. Now the cheapest complete raw Megatron is 350. It's only going to keep going up as it gets rarer and rarer, because how many times did they reissue Megatron as a gun?
Look at that.
Never.
Study. Yeah,
Never.
see, because from now on forward, he's going to be a tank. Like brand new Megatron G1 is a tank. And honestly, I get it. I'm not mad at it because there's people are stupid in this world. And the tank version of Megatron makes a little bit more sense to me also because
It
just
does
the
because they're
size-
vehicles. And,
not just that, but size also. The size
That
comparison,
too.
right? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they had this whole
that was a big
lore.
question. How did he shrink down?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
and
There's
the-
the whole
and the-
lore that the whole quantum, metals, they shrink and expand as it.
Mhm.
Okay, whatever. That's beyond everything. But him transforming into a tank from the size that he is makes even more sense.
And I owned the
Megatron.
G1 Megatron as a kid, and I remember when he was a robot, he was like you couldn't even play with him. You touched him the wrong way, he like crumbled.
He'd
His
fall apart.
arms
Yeah,
held the thing. It was terrible, but he's
I do
still
remember.
cool.
The gun held
Yeah.
apart well.
The
No, it
gun
was only
did,
when he
but
was
the
in robot
robot was-
mode. Yeah.
Trash.
See, this,
Yeah.
this is what would happen when you held on to the old Megatron, and it just falls apart. This is the world's smallest Transformer Megatron right here. This focus. Come on, camera. Focus.
Oh, okay. Pretty cool.
Focus. There you go. Ish. No.
It was there for a
I
second.
think the barrel's supposed to go under. It's supposed to
Oh, it
fit
is. I literally just dropped it right now, but this is
Oh,
what.
gotcha.
See, but
Hey,
like,
we're all dropping Megatron.
yeah. See, Optimus is the ghost of Optimus is upset because we're talking Megatron and we're not doing Optimus here.
Hey, Toad, I gotta
alright.
drop off, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
All
on
right,
a
Rich,
second
man, I
too.
appreciate you being here. Yeah, I'm fixing to close the show.
Have a good night, guys. Everybody have a happy new year.
Same
Bye,
to you,
Rich.
brother. Take it
Well,
easy,
Happy
man.
New
See
Year.
you guys.
Bye, Scotty. I'm waiting for you to fix this thing. Come on.
You guys, I didn't even realize. See, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that is the Jew. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. It was fun.
All right, Scotty.
Bye, Scotty.
Take it easy, Scotty. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well
but
said.
honestly, the fact that you can get that belt, like, I mean, and yes, it might increase a little bit, but I don't think,
It's
it's
not
gonna.
really. It's just only going to mean something to me.
Yeah, so I mean, just for this case, I would go with the G1
Yeah.
Megatron.
And if you're doing it just for you, you're still doing G1 Megatron just for you. On top of that, the bonus part of it is that it will appreciate in value.
Well, that's like I told my wife when we talked about it. I said, right now it's $350. If I don't pull the trigger soon, it's going to be $500. It'll be $600. You never know.
Just wait. Okay, we've already got high positivity for Transformers in a big way in different forms of media, and it's only progressing that way forward. I mean, we're about to get G.I. Joes and Transformers. The comics are lining up exactly the way. I mean, you talk about a mass marketing platform. This has been fantastic, and they're doing it in the right way that it should because they've got the toys to back it up. They already got the books out to back it up. All the movie's pretty much already done, as far as I know, and I mean we're getting it soon. And as far as what's been told, they're moving forward with a lot of other stuff past this. Like if success, but I
Now,
don't see it.
I haven't read the recent Energon universe books. So, I'm a little behind on Void Rivals Transformers, only by like 2 issues. My question to you guys who are actually keeping up with it, up until now, the only time we even saw Megatron was in Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Right? When Megatron finally shows up in the Energon universe as the force to be reckoned with, it's gonna give that thing a little bump. It really is. It's gonna be like, all right, 350, 415. It's gonna.
You're talking about they've had the Transformer comic book series this far without dropping Megatron as a major bad guy yet. Like when they do, it's gonna be this like like you said, like pin drop moment. I mean, I believe that everything they've been building up on it on a mass platform thing has been leading to them lining up with the multimedia thing. They're gaming, and they're doing a fantastic job. Everything's kind of, I mean, during Transformer 1, we actually had like a good slew of Transformer books for fans to go grab at that time, and not just any Transformer. But no, you're talking about hot Transformer books. Like I've said this before. This is like a renaissance for certain franchises, and Transformers, like y'all are in. I mean, a wonderful.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Everyone's jumping back into Transformers. I'm the one. I like collecting third-party Transformers. I like getting those just because I like the build quality, or I just like the way they look, a little bit more accurate to the cartoon. Well, whatever the reason is, but I still go back and when I can pick up and spend some decent change on an item, I don't go get a graded book. I go get myself an Optimus that I don't have, or an RC that I don't have, because I collect RC, I collect Optimus. Those are the 2 that I get. And if I find like a really good, like for example, check this out.
Mine would be Devastator. That was my dude. Him and Soundwave.
Yeah, I want a Devastator.
I won this on a Facebook waffle. I only spent like $15 on it, and I ended up winning this Ultra Magnus.
Oh, wow.
This is a City Commander Ultra Magnus. And his robot form definitely way better than his vehicle form. I love the Gundam-ish look to it, and I like
Yeah.
that about a lot of these third-party vendors is that they kind of get real creative with, hey, look, let's give them Ultra Magnus, but like on a different level. And that's
Yeah.
what I like. I just tend to gravitate to, Japanese animated style type of toys, and that's what this is.
Well,
So
Mike, you said something about Soundwave,
there you
I
go.
love Soundwave.
and what's even better is you pop it open and
Who
Yeah,
you
I was about
call
to
an
say.
unchrasmatic?
Yeah. I unfortunately never had Soundwave. I had, and it was a Perceptor. I actually had the opposite. No, it wasn't Perceptor. What's the Autobot?
Blaster,
Boom.
your Blaster.
I had that version, and my parents were not like hip enough at the time to like get me the cool one. They got me like the Autobot one, thinking that's the one I wanted, and I was like, he's bright purple. Like, what the? I mean, how do you know? Um, I'm not complaining, no, because I did have a Devastator. I didn't, and that was my jam, man. I did have that whole like set that made up Devastator, and just all the individual like construction bots by themselves. You know, the bulldozer,
Oh,
that was my jam. Like each
you,
individual, like, and then they
you
made
should
this.
see. You should see these new third-party
Oh, I've
Constructicons.
seen.
Oh my god,
Oh, I've seen.
bro! The new like generation of
I've seen.
Devastator.
I've seen some Temu versions. I've seen some AliExpress versions.
Yeah.
I've seen, man, I'm like, there's one out there I've been thinking about pulling the chain on because it actually comes in a full box set. It looks legit, like it was actually made by Hasbro, but I know it wasn't. But I mean, you're talking about like the accurate from the 80s. It's like spot on. I don't know. No,
But
but
there's one
it's
that's
like
again
40
going back to like
bucks.
the Gundam-y look. There's like a $400 one that's like I think 11 inches tall. And these are supposed to be built real solid. And like the Constructicons themselves, they're about 6 to 8 inches tall themselves when in robot mode. And that one looks dope. There, I'm gonna try to find it just so I can send it over to you, man, because there's this one Devastator that I'm just like, if I had the money, if
That is
right?
cool.
That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the thing, right? If you had the money for
If it's at the right price, I mean,
yeah.
that's the key. Because I will admit that Hasbro Transformers, ooh, it got like ridiculous. It honestly got to a Lego kind of price, level. Because you got some of those masterclass Transformers, dude, you're spending like $100,
Oh yeah.
100.
Yeah, you can spend even more than that. But however, next year, they're gonna start releasing the deluxe class. It was reported or just like last month that they're gonna release the deluxe class version of the Constructicon. So remember when the Constructicons were first released, they were actually super tiny. They were
Yeah, they
slightly
were.
bigger than that tiny Megatron that I showed you, right? And then when they
Yeah,
formed Devastator, it's
a little
6
bigger
inches
than
tall.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, the deluxe class, each of them are about 5 to 6 inches tall.
mhm,
So when Devastator comes together, Devastator is going to be about 12, 13 inches tall, which is taller than
mm,
the original one. And it's going to have more movements of articulation. So like
yeah,
Hasbro's
of
kind of like
course.
listening to folks, but they're also trying to get these into the hands of kids so they can play with them too. So they're trying to
Mm,
make them as cheaply made as possible, but so that way kids can go actually
Good
out and play.
toys and
Yeah.
but also good manufactured product, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's badass, dude. These new ones that are gonna come out. But then the one that I'm talking about is like from a third party, and I'm trying to find it right now. I'm gonna try to find it for you right now.
Mm.
Well, if y'all don't care, I'm gonna take a minute. Y'all can talk about what y'all got coming up. Mike, what
You
you
already
got
know
coming
what
up?
I got coming up. Tomorrow night, me and Trev on Sunday night, we got our little hangout. Come hang out with us. We talk about some stuff. And then not. I mean, because it would have been this Saturday, but next Saturday, that's we're going back to the Dragonlance. We going back to you know, our walk along Kryn, and we're gonna be talking about the dragons of Winter Night. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. We need to get further into this book. I really thought we were going to make it a lot further than we did, but no, the conversation was still excellent. Yes, and Tony, please write some stuff down so you can remember to like insert some stuff. But don't be afraid to insert. I want you talking as it is, because you have a lot of insight into this book, and you are a huge fan of the book. So I mean, that's why I asked you there.
Yeah.
I'm the new guy. I don't know I don't know shit about this. No, but
E-Man,
that's
you
all I
still
got
with
coming
us?
up.
I'm right here. I was looking for
what you got coming up?
right now. So tonight, in about an hour, the C-List Villains podcast. Me and the guys we're getting together tonight to hang out. We're going to be doing a show tonight, talking about 2024 things that have released recently. A bunch of unadulterated, unscripted, complete pop goodness shenanigans tonight. See, when I do something on my own, it's a small piece of the Voltron. I'm just a small piece of Voltron right now. I'm the left leg, right? But when I get together with the boys, it's a completely different beast, and we come together like Voltron, and it's madness when all of us are together. Because we'll have a subject today. We're going to talk about Agatha, and it will ADHD parallel park right in the middle of the street conversations about something else, and it's just how we are. When
It's the
3 guys,
Simpsons.
4
I
guys,
gotcha.
5 guys have ADHD all together, we have a list of things to talk about, and we don't talk about them. That's what happens on the C-List Villains podcast.
Right.
Well, for me, I'm going to take a minute, which I should have did at the beginning. I'm going to say happy 102nd birthday to the late Stan Lee. Today was his 102nd birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I'm also going to, for horror fans, I found out today that Olivia Hussey, the lady who played Jess in Black Christmas, and I can't remember her name, but she played John Boy's wife in It, the Tim Curry version. She passed away at 73. As far as me coming up next week, I've got an unboxing video. Matter of fact, I showed the books off when I was showing, my eBay purchases. Then next week on Friday, I'm dropping the next episode of Tony's Comic Spotlight, which will be about Spawn issue number 9. First appearance of Angela, Cagliostro, and Medieval Spawn. And like Mike said, next week we got episode 2 of Dragons of Winter Night Part 2 with me and Trev and Beckerman and Mike and Good Days Comics and Games. And I may do a live show next week, to be determined, because I'm trying to, when we got Mike's show and we got the Parliament of Mouths, I'm trying to take a break in between. So let's just say that Into the Comiverse is TBD right now. And later on down the line, on January 15th, I'll be on Guess That Key. And then on February 1st, I will be on Only Slaps.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to do yeah. And then sometime in January, I'm going to make a video, the state of the Comiverse, because with the things that's coming around for me in February and March, the channel's go. I'm going to be honest with you. The channel's going to go on hiatus for a little bit while I adjust and move and get reacclimated into my new living environment, and that takes time. But I'll be back.
Take a break.
Oh yeah.
Tony, I went ahead and sent you a link to one of the Devastator parts that's being released next year, and I think you guys will be impressed with the way this one looks compared to the G1 version.
I'll see if I can add it. Y'all direct me here. Hold on, that's settings. Never mind. Present. What do I do? Video? No. Share screen.
So you click on the link, share screen, and then look for the in the window. Look for that page itself.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Matter of fact, I wonder if I can do it.
I think you can.
Oh, I think I might be able to. Can I? If you don't mind,
yeah,
Tony, would it be?
If you can do it, do it.
Yeah, I think it shows up as like a guest.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
This is Scrapper, and this is what he's gonna look like. Way different from the G1 version, just very Gundam-ish, very Japanese robotish.
Still looks cool though.
Yeah, and then look, like the size comparison down. Where is it? Look, and you can pose them. So many points of articulation with these things. Like, where is it? There's one where they compared the sizes. Also, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Is up here? Yeah, look.
There he is. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And neon green, baby. Nothing.
Look at that compared to the MacBook right behind it. So they're good sizes. So this Devastator, when it releases, is going to be like almost $550 total for it.
Damn.
So it's going to be sick when.
Ooh, where'd he go?
Where'd he go?
He probably accidentally exited himself.
Uh-oh. He kicked himself out.
He might be popping back. He probably realized his mistake. It's an accident.
Jennifer said by that time we'll be showing feet pics of it.
I got my socks on. Be careful.
That guy kicked himself out. What an idiot.
Yeah, we kind of figured. Accidents happen.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't do it.
Jennifer Hill, ADHD sounds amazing.
Yeah, Jennifer's
they have a great
Tim.
show.
Yeah, she is my buddy Tim's girlfriend. When I'm moving to Indiana, so when I move down there, I'm gonna be hanging out with them. I'm gonna take a minute and thank Cliff, Boggs, and Scotty, and E-Man and Mike for hanging out on this year-end last episode of Into the Comiverse. And I'm going to say now, I say it's to be determined. I probably will do a live show next week. You never know. 1 minute I'll say I ain't going to do it, and then 5 minutes later I'll do it. And once again, because I played this at the beginning, I'm going to do it again because I want to run it in the ground just to prove how much I hated this year. This is me saying goodbye to 2024. So let's roll that clip one more time.
Here's your map. Right on. Here's your complimentary chicken. Oh, wow. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Because I just like playing it.
I love that. Oh, wow.
And yeah, I've got a few other clips I want to play when I get the right time, but who knows? Maybe that'll come around one of these days. Welcome back. Oh, she said, welcome back, E-Man.
Thank you, Jennifer.
But I not only want to thank everybody for watching this show in the panel, in the chat, on the replay, I want to thank everybody for supporting my channel all year round. I appreciate it. Watching the lives, watching the videos. We're at 404 subscribers, so I'm probably going to wait until March before I do my next giveaway. I've got a couple things that, I got put back. Maybe I can get some other cool stuff and things. And we'll go from there. What?
Zero chill. I like that. You weren't off camera, by the way, Mike.
I don't care. I'm in a legal state, okay?
He's
I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get away from.
It's legal in California and in Colorado. It's okay, guys.
No, and I don't hide the fact that I smoke. No, I'm doing that inconvenience for certain other people, but like trying to get away from the microphone when I do it. So it's not a big all like.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, it's legal where he's at, so who cares?
No, I smoke 24/7 in multiple fashions because you'll see me with the pipe, you'll see me with a vape. I stay hygiene.
Man, here's the thing. I wish it did that. It did that to me the way it does to other people. It doesn't treat me right. Like me, THC and I, we're on a more like, let's it's not for me.
I've met cases like one of my exes. She would smoke and it would make her like irritably mad. Like, and she was not that type of person normally. Like, I met this one dude. It was probably the strangest case. Okay, we had smoked like some of the less like. I mean, I'm talking about like dirt, like regular stuff. Back
we call it Bammer here in California. I don't know if you call it over there.
Just dirt weed. Okay, so we got this dude high, and like him getting high, his like how we knew he was on the floor, like rolling around, looking like the Three Stooges, like doo, 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 doo. And then he was vomiting at the same time, and I was like, he just had like a horrible reaction, and I was like, and there was not, I mean, this is. No extra chemicals, no extra fun, no, he just reacted bad. So I have seen extreme cases, where it's not for everybody.
Well, I was gonna say on that note, I'm gonna thank everybody for watching because we're appreciating to get out of here.
Right.
And everyone,
Whole
we'll
nother
see you next
conversation.
time. Yeah, we could talk about this backstage. Be safe, take care, God bless. I'll see you next time.
You're still here. It's over. Go home. Oh, you're expecting a teaser for Deadpool 2. Well, we don't have that kind of money. What are you expecting? Sam Jackson show up with an eye patch and a saucy little leather number? Go.